Perched high above the city of Baltimore, Maryland, from Magooby's Joke House, comes the tale of 5 brave adventurers and their intrepid audiomancer on a journey wrought with magic, mayhem, and dick jokes. For this is Laugh Finder.
I'm Tommy Simbazo.
Yeah. Hello, Thomas.
And I'm a comedian. Now, those of you that just listen to the podcast, you guys are so much luckier than the people on YouTube. I was getting a bit of glare and thought I would take the GoPro out of the housing to clean the housing, and I dropped the camera and it just landed on the screen and smashed it, and so we're down to one camera.
Yeah.
But so
I got this one rolling that you're not going to use, but
we'll see. Maybe I'll use it. But basically, so the top screen is either going to be animation, where I'll just animate them, or finger puppets, which was Aaron's idea, which I'm not hating, or Brian had the idea of just pirating the movie Turner and Hooch and putting it in the top bar. I'm kind of loving that. So it may just be Turner and Hooch.
I like it.
So if above us you see the classic with Tom Hanks, and what was the dog's name?
He's dead now, doesn't matter.
Oh. His name wasn't Hooch, that was his acting name.
Hooch, I don't know.
Hoochada.
Nobody calls Hulk Hogan Terry Bollea. I mean, he's Hulk Hogan.
No, they call him the
N-word. All right, guys. But so this week, our guest. Now let me see what. I don't know enough about to give you a proper introduction, but I'm going to try. Okay. You are you're in. Okay. I know that you are in the live action role playing choose your own adventure type game called Whose Role Is It Anyway?
Correct.
Podcast.
Yes.
And
we had another one of them on.
Yeah. My DM Eric.
Now, am I correct to assume that your day job? You are an actor that goes to schools and does presentations like about staying away from drugs and abstinence and stuff? Staying away from abstinence and doing drugs?
It's a comedy show.
I do abstinence and drugs.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Phil Doccolo!
That's
now,
a
Phil,
nice applause.
You're lucky enough to be on the camera. We on the bottom, we white people are on camera.
The other side of the table.
The other half is Turner and Hooch.
It's Trump's America.
Phil, I have to ask you, you have a Token Terrors shirt on. Are you affiliated with that enterprise?
Yeah. In fact,
talk about that. We love Token Terrors. We had, of course, John DeCampos on the program.
I like DeCampos.
I was thinking of Russell DeCampo from the Wind-Up Space.
Oh, yeah.
Has he ever been on?
No, not yet. Not yet.
That'd be cool. I mean, he should.
He should be. He's a great guy.
Token Terrors.
Yes.
This is part of your brainchild as well.
Yeah, well, JD, or John DeCampos, he's the one who came up with the idea and illustrated the figures, but I've been working with him to get them actually developed and produced and turned into a real product that we can offer to the public. And that's part of why I wanted to be on this episode when I am, is because we were originally planning to go to Kickstarter like a week after this aired, but, we're figuring things out, so it's getting pushed back towards the summer. But that's what we've been working on.
But everyone that's listening can follow Token Terrors on Facebook to get updates.
Yes.
Wait a minute, I'm still confused. What is Token Terrors?
So for listeners who didn't hear JD on the show,
right. Let me explain that. So they're little token creatures. They'll be injection molded plastic figures that are about the size of a D20 and really compact, sturdy, paintable. They're goblins and zombies and elves and soldiers and wyverns and flying machines. Our initial line of these toys that are intended to be used for Magic the Gathering supplements instead of using those cards.
That kind of token.
that's
I'm
the name.
sorry.
No. But these are actual. They're actual figures.
Yeah,
So-
little physical things. So instead of using the
not Black
card
Mike
or
That's what I
It's
thought.
not like the one black terror in a
Yeah,
room
that's
full
what I
of white
thought.
terrors.
I was like, before Dorian was part of the show.
We'll get to your trip to Chicago soon.
There was never a before I was part of the show.
We're off to a very early start on all this.
jump right into it. But
So
yeah.
these are they're each one is its own little sculpture. It's an they're like they're art projects, but they're game pieces at the same time.
So they were originally intended just to be the like replacements for those token cards or dice or whatever people end up using for those actual token figures during the game. But in order to sell it a little better, we developed an actual game for it. So it's a compact little sort of like chess if it had slightly more rules and was fantasy themed and 1/8 the size of the normal board.
Hey,
So-
you like chess, Aaron?
No.
I do. I was just playing my little chess
Yeah.
app before
Well,
the game.
Yeah,
So,
because
like-
also we got postponed. Because of, God, I swear to God, we're cursed. There's a curse here.
It's been perfect. It's been perfect.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't have peg shamed the Satanists that used to work here.
The people who spend a high amount of time producing the show are very frustrated tonight with, and by that I mean Tommy Simbazo.
How do you spell your last name, Phil?
It's DOCCOLO.
Phil, what are the last four numbers of that Social Security?
It's going to be 6969. It's a very cool social security.
How much
That's
do you
for
think?
real, huh? Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Phil, like you have tokens, and do you like they look fucking badass, right? They're these
are,
little
yeah.
figurines. Have you ever thought about if the Micro Machines guy is still alive, would he cut a promo for you?
He's dead.
Ooh.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Is
Isn't
he dead?
I'm pretty sure he's
I think he
dead.
killed himself.
He killed himself very long ago because he couldn't stop speaking like this, and no one could understand it.
No.
Maybe I'll hang myself. Maybe I'll just drink bleach. And maybe this hose is long enough
My
to reach
wife-
from my exhaust all the way to my window.
My wife won't make love to me because I go, "Hey, baby, do you want some of this?" And I go down on her, and I'm like, "She hasn't come yet." And here I am, just sitting. My tongue is tired, and I've accidentally eaten my wife's lower body. Like she was a mafia informant. I was a wood chipper.
Tokens.
That's what's on Wikipedia.
Listeners, allow me to paint a picture with words of our guest, Phil. He's a very rock and roll looking dude. He's wearing
Yeah.
a sleeveless shirt. He's got tattoos. He's got the long rock and roll hair. He's got that sort of lean heroin chic about him. Are you a rock and roll dude? Do you play in bands with JD in them?
I don't play with JD, but I run a metal record label called Grimoire Records. We've been doing that
yes.
for
Oh,
like
that's
6
my
years.
character's last name. Records.
Well, that's
I've
awesome.
heard of that label.
Yeah, well, we've been around for a while. Black Lung, who I think is one of
Elias
Baltimore's-
is in that band.
He's in that
Yeah,
band.
yeah.
With the drummer from my band, which is called Snake Feast, where I'm the vocalist in that band. So
Snake Feast.
yes,
Love it.
Yeah. It's eating snakes or snakes eating a bunch of things or however you want to imagine it.
We know how snakes work.
Yeah.
I have to tell you also, listeners, that Phil has arrived and already showed his prowess at the gaming table when he unveiled his bag of dice, his custom. What are those dice? Danger dice?
They look like they're out of the out of the game Silent Hill, and now exist as dice form.
I want to torture someone on Arrakis with those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like you pull them out and you have, I have such shites to show.
Exactly. Yeah, I was thinking the Hellraiser box is definitely what the D6.
You're no stranger to gaming.
No, yeah, I'm.
Didn't you say you're also in 4 other Dungeons and Dragons games?
Yeah, I played a game last night, and I run 2 other games, and including Whose Role Is It Anyway? Yeah, that would be like my 4th one. But I'm also playing like a Call of Cthulhu
Like
game.
he came
and-
to our show with like the equivalent of a guy coming to a local pool hall. He's like, "Hey, you play?" And he's like, "Don't mind if I do." And then you see the
I just
pool
have this
cue
little-
come and unscrew, and it doesn't screw to each
snaps
other. It
out.
just and it comes out like Gambit.
It's even worse. It's like
bowl.
you came to play Golden Tee at a sports bar and put on a glove.
I'll take it.
Well, it's an honor to have you at the table.
I'm excited to be here.
Well, are you ready? You ready to get into this?
Yeah, let's roll.
Well,
Fuck yeah.
let's introduce the people at the table. Ladies and gentlemen, sitting to your left, the man who has also brought a camera, luckily, and is recording another half hour of it.
Who made Tommy's job this much easier, maybe more difficult.
Little more
we'll
difficult.
talk about
But
the
it's okay.
logistics later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Eric Woodward.
And you don't know what hard times is. Hey, what's going on? My name is Eric Woodworth. I'm reprising my role as Big Flea, the gunslinger, gambler, and a dubious scoundrel of the highest order. Hey, guys, welcome back. We're here, Laugh Finder. We're having a fun time so far. I have the appropriate amount of alcohol in my system where I'm not sloppy and sleeping under a table, but just funny enough to make
Who are you
races.
talking about?
God, I wish we were doing video.
Tommy, you and I had a hell of a show this weekend that we did.
We did.
So as local comedians, sometimes we get invited to shows that. They're at dive bars, and this was a definition of a dive bar. We went to the.
I'm sorry, Ben is opening an urn behind.
The sound.
He's doing a little cooking show.
That's why we're cursed. Ben keeps spitting into this urn.
I'm going to be honest with you, Ben. The next time that urn comes up and the Undertaker doesn't come behind you, you're fucking off, okay? But, no, we did a show at this local Pasadena, Maryland bar called the Brass Rail, which is was in the news recently for having a man shot there, and also a elderly woman getting hit in the head with a brick, okay? So let me paint you a picture of how this place was. We rolled up about 30 minutes to showtime. The very lovely Justin Schlegel from 98 Rock had booked us on the show. It's a place he's familiar with.
Our sister station.
Our sister station, 98 Rock. And
I've been Kirk this whole time.
and
Well, you're a Yeti right now.
That's fair.
So we show up to this place, and it is clear that this place is a shithole at the highest level. And the first tell where I knew this was a quality place is we pulled up, I backed into a parking spot, and then as Tommy's getting out of the car, I watched a man in his 50s walk past us, stop in front of the car, not noticing us at all, produce a bowl from his pocket and just started smoking weed right in front of
what we assumed was weed.
He was open carrying the weed in front of this place. We get in there.
We do that.
We do, no, like, but
Most bars.
I feel like
We do it in a stairwell like God-fearing Christians.
it was. I've never. First of all, anytime I've smoked weed, like even today, where it's like it's accepted now. I still do the quick. Like left, right, we're good. Like that, this guy didn't give a fuck. It was just like, this is where I smoke weed, through this parking lot on the way in. That's how I roll. So I get in there, and there's a horrible delay on the mic. Like it has an echo. My set goes, okay. It wasn't my worst set I've ever had. I got some decent laughs. But I got out and went to the outside area as Tommy gets up, and this sweet lady comes up to me named Hazel, and I'll name drop her. Her name is Hazel. She introduced herself by saying, I was just out of jail. I was just in jail for 30 days. Today's my first day out. I was like, oh, what were you in it for?
Yeah.
DUI. I was like, how many? And she was like, this is my first one, but I thought 30 days was just easier than paying the money. I was just like, so your job is so shitty. She was just like, no, I'll just do the 30 days. It's like a vacation. So... and then
how nice for her to celebrate it with you.
Yes. And she was definitely over 2 bills, had multiple teeth missing.
Oh,
and as we're talking,
fuck you, Hazel.
Yeah.
In this story, you weigh over 200 pounds and have 4 teeth in your head. You look like a pale hippo.
And, well, this is the thing that got me off with Hazel, is that she was just like, yeah, you were up there. Didn't like any one of your jokes. I thought they fucking sucked. That's how she introduced herself. So I was like, oh, well, thank you. I mean, it's not for everybody. But then she wouldn't stop. She was just like, no, you were really bad. I was just like, okay. I was like, listen, if you polled half of the people, and Tommy's up there now, and she's going, and that guy, equally as bad. He's just bad. She hasn't listened to one joke that he's done. He's just shitting
Meanwhile,
on
I'm
him.
doing
My
very
cellmate
Yes.
was much funnier than you.
Yeah, so she's going on and on about how not funny I am. Tommy comes up, and then the charmer he is, he's starting to warm up Hazel because I could say "fuck this bitch" from the get go. So I've kind of removed myself from.
Eric, you know I'm into monsters.
Yes,
Hazel put down the villager she was chewing on.
she was one hot day away from being Sloth from the Goonies. Like that's how fucking like if she was a wax figurine, just a little bit more melt. And
I expected her to be pulled from someone's neck goiter on Dr. Pill Popper.
Oh, God. I have pictures. I took a picture with her. So she leans over to Tommy at one point and goes, he was like, "Hey, I don't think your friend really likes me. Hey, I don't think your friend really likes me." Like loud enough for me to hear. I was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Tommy, I didn't fill you in. She thinks we both fucking suck at the thing we love to do the most in this world." I was just like, "Oh, yeah, thanks." And then you saw this face on her like, "Oh, shit, he called me out in front of this." Because she must have been into your beard, but that fucker. All right? I didn't like her very much.
So then she shanked you with a sharpened toothbrush handle.
Yes.
She did drop a hard N-bomb moments later. And I was like, oh.
And she did like all of our Black Batman jokes, but I think we'll save that for episode 2 at this point.
Yeah, let's
That'll
save that.
Let's.
Save that for when we have cameras on the people of color at the table. Because I'm just going to make their puppets go like this.
If you don't do "speaking of" right now,
Speaking of the Black Batman.
One of the better intros I've gotten.
Yeah, that's pretty
By
good.
far.
Yeah. I'm not done yet. This man got beaten up by him, and he took his bike because he didn't know how to ride it anyway. I got there.
I mean, I don't know. At least I didn't get beaten up by Night Shift.
Punch Out videos.
We're just gonna keep moving on.
Yeah, are we going to keep moving on?
I
Night
can't
Shift?
believe this is. If I were a real superhero, I wouldn't have told you my identity.
Yeah.
Because you just keep telling Okay, so basically what Brian is referring to is when I was in high school.
Yep.
I made a bunch
Oh,
of.
play Rump Shaker.
Oh wait, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian, the secret identity spoiler president.
No, it's just...
Boom, boom, just shake your rope.
Just steal your bike.
Boom, boom,
Just steal your bike.
Okay, so Tommy keeps coming for me on these intros.
Anyway.
Now, when Tommy was in high school, what he did one time...
I can tell it. It's
This is
my
my
superhero.
time,
It's
though.
my origin
I'm
story.
taking back my time, Tommy.
Go ahead.
This is the way I've heard this story.
Reclaiming my time.
No,
I'm
Tommy
going to
was in
animate
high
you into a
school.
turd.
You brought this on yourself, Night Shift.
Go ahead. Bring it up.
Okay,
Go
so when
ahead.
Tommy was in high school, apparently he created the superhero alter ego Night Shift, and he created his own uniform, gadgets, weapons, some sort of blank man quality nunchaku or some shit. Some real ratchet shit, I guess.
Standard Tommy
Sometimes
Sambazo.
standard teenage Tommy stuff. He just found out a lot of hard truths about the Ninja Turtles Out of Our Shells tour.
I went on one patrol.
So anyway, Night Shift, he gets dressed up, he goes on patrol, and pretty much what patrol is, I guess, much like the greatest superheroes, just like in the movie Shazam I saw last weekend, patrol includes finding a group of black teenagers outside and then hiding in the bushes and crying for 2 hours until they leave.
No.
Is that not it?
No.
No, okay,
No,
go-
I
go-
hid
go-
by myself in the playground and didn't really go on patrol. I was
Okay,
just like,
all right. My version's better, I
Yeah,
think.
it's better that I cried.
Yeah. And I'll be playing Holy John.
Now all my enemies are going to be coming for me, Brian.
They know it's
They're
secret
already
identity.
coming for you. You have a lot of them.
Oh, wait, Tony Stark's calling. I'm an Avenger now. And speaking of crime fighting, our next host at the table, he just got back from Chicago where he recorded an episode of Out of the Blocks. Ladies and gentlemen, WYPR rock god, Mr. Aaron
Hey, thank you very much. Aaron Henkin here at the table. Glad to be back once again in person.
Yeah, well,
Sort of. Or to all of our YouTube friends. I'm either appearing to you as a finger puppet or what
Hooch.
else?
or a scene from Turner and Hooch.
I'm voting Hooch.
Aaron, I got to be honest with you. After virtual Aaron's performance,
Yeah.
you're on thin ice. Okay?
I know,
you need
right?
to perform.
I
Yeah.
listened. I heard.
How's Brian going to eat fries now?
Well, I got to give my props to Ben, the audiomancer here at the Kitty Table of Power. He outdid himself with the soundboard. But, so listeners, I'm sure you enjoyed the experience. I have to say, I was sad to be missing my buddies. Yeah. And I want to take my time here. Oh, by the way, I'll be playing Wilhelm Mordecus, 9th level cleric, worshiper of the deity Azathoth, my personal lord and savior. But I want to take a minute here and just let you know, listeners, send your thoughts and prayers and love and warm wishes to Tommy Simbazo. Our own Tommy Simbazo has really been struggling lately. He's been struggling with a lot of the technical,
It's so hard.
a lot of the technical elements involved in bringing you this podcast as a YouTube video.
I can't smoke weed and watch tutorials anymore because I got to take a piss test. The
He
day
sits
after
there-
420 because they're pieces of shit.
He cries himself to sleep at night trying to figure out
What is sleep?
how to fix cameras, how to render little animated versions of us, how to put those little window frames on the YouTube thing so that you can see everybody at the table from different angles. You know what? It's thankless work. But we want you to know, Tommy, that we appreciate it. And it's you give and you give and you give.
killing me.
Listeners, we always ask you for the Patreon dollars and such.
I need to buy a new camera.
We're going to do this and do that with the Patreon dollars. We decided with our next installment of Patreon dollars, once we scrounge enough together, we're going to send Tommy off to a special spa day.
No, I need new lights.
So he can really pamper himself, treat himself.
You're going to
Rest,
send me to
refresh,
Monster Island and get happy endings.
The worst part about this is I can just tell that the next time something like this happens, one of us is going to end up being the toenail.
I really feel like if we have another episode like how this one's going, it's going to be like the movie Falling Down. He's just like, well, I'm really sorry too. He's got to go.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's a passion. I love it.
It's
All right. You know what? Glory hole it curves.
No, they use teeth.
Glory hole at the hospice.
Why don't I just put my dick in a Sarlacc pit? And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Sarlacc pits, this next man trained in one for 30 years before being regurgitated for tasting too awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, behind the soundboard of power, the best audiomancer in the biz, Mr. Ben. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Ben's going to buy a car. I mean, a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Oh.
He took his motorcycle classes.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, with flying colors.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
I heard he
You
wasn't going to
look
buy
just like
one.
the
He
dude
was-
from Sons of Anarchy.
I get that all the time.
I heard that he doesn't have enough money to buy a
Ron Perlman. That's what I was.
No, really?
He doesn't have enough money to buy a real bike. He's just buying the sidecar so he can fucking hitchhike and hook onto other motorcycles.
like that old vaudevillian thing with the magnet where he waits.
A VW bug pulls up. I make it work.
And ladies and gentlemen, sitting behind the Laugh-Finder trifold, he's the best DM in the biz. He is an actor. He's a writer. He's a comedian. Give it up for Mr. Dorian Gray.
Hello, my name is Dorian Gray. I am both your friend and foe. Let us get going.
Previously on Laugh-Finder. And listeners, I've learned this secondhand, but allow me to do my best.
That's how Sean Ashton did the recap in Goonies. Remember the movie Goonies where he told the story about One-Eye Willie? Well, apparently Steven Spielberg pulled him aside, told him the story, and then put him on set and tell everybody what I just told you.
Yeah. Well, let's see how that works out. The Odd Company finally had a face-to-face encounter with Pendrick the Dwarf to learn that Pendrick, because of his extended age, being a dwarf, his race lives hundreds and hundreds of years, and because of that, he happened to remember personally the original reign of Vanesh what's his name?
Lord of Screams.
Vanesh the Lord of Screams, who was an aspiring alchemist who tried to ascend to the level of godhood. He was thwarted. Luckily, His nefarious plan was thwarted by a necromancer who banished him to another dimension, another planar dimension. Hundreds of years passed, and along came someone you may be familiar with, a name you might recognize, Lord Elder Brenmeyer. Elder Brenmeyer was a young, aspiring xenophobe, a humans firster, and his political leanings happened to jibe conveniently with those who wished for all to forget the original Vinesh, Lord of Screams, because humans, you may or may not know, have a relatively short attention span in the fantasy world of
Wait,
Red Point.
What?
I wasn't listening. What does your spell do?
So, I don't know. I'll kick it over to Dorian, who will have more pertinent information to share.
All right. So, where we left off, you had ventured into the Stormlands to speak with a banished scholar named Pendrick the Dwarf. And like Aaron was telling, he tells you of Vinesh, the Lord of Screams, and that he knows that Vinesh is using an artifact called the Amber Chalice. It once activated, it puts out a golden protective corona.
She leaves her
over
strip
your
club,
territory.
Amber Chalice does. And
It is well nigh impenetrable, but there is a place that may have knowledge on this legendary artifact and how it works. It is a cursed library further north within the Stormlands.
Called Magooby.
So a library.
what? Why does
Yes.
everything gotta be cursed that we gotta go? Why is everything cursed that we gotta have to go to?
Part of the adventure.
I don't.
I don't.
Why can't we just go to a standard library at Brixton Heights where I actually have a card for? We can easily get in and get these
I mean,
texts.
at the Curse Library or regular library, it's just going to be old dudes trying to look at pornography without thinking anyone notices, but we notice.
You can rent DVDs for free at your local library.
Game Master Dorian, is Pendrick the Dwarf with us now? Is he part of the Odd Company?
When we last left off, when you got to Pendrick the Dwarf, you got there just in time to see someone attempting to silence him before he could relay this information. There was a big battle. The Odd Company emerged victorious, and then Pendrick tells you the story of Vinesh, the Lord of Screams, and this artifact he's using. How to counteract the artifact and maybe even destroy it. The secrets of this may unfortunately be in this cursed library to the north, further in the Stormlands. But when we last left off, you were spending the night at Pendrick's abode, having just saved him, so that you could rest, regain hit points, regain spell slots, and venture on your journey more prepared.
I have a crazy idea. What if we went to that cursed library?
That's what we were. What? Yeah.
I gotta be honest with you. You sounded like a madman over there.
Hold on.
I mean, clearly, look
It's
at
just crazy enough it might work.
Look at this forest of mud with all these clues we haven't even discovered yet.
Now, while you're discussing your next move,
If I may interject.
Sure.
Aye. That's it.
Noted. Something strange happens to one of your number. And a transformation that seems all too familiar starts to take place. Bones start to strengthen and tighten. Colors start to change and then solidify. And then one of your number has taken yet another form.
It's weird that I listen to this during sex, right?
That was so hot. Hey guys. My name is Sir Percival Scratchworth III. And as you can tell from my long whiskers and my luxurious fur, I am a cat man.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm allergic.
Well, I hope my enemies are too.
Man.
I immediately take out like this little dangly thing and like, ooh, look like this, and I like put it on the ground by him.
Oh.
It's like,
No, wait, I'm like,
Where'd
and
you get that?
I do prestidigitation to make a little red dot on the ground.
All right. Wow, you guys are a lot of fun.
I would like to
I'll
roll
just
to
be busy with this.
You say your name is Percival Scratchworth?
Percival Scratchworth, although
I pull out a little baggie of catnip. You like to party?
I pull out a pouch of catnip.
Oh,
You know it.
Hey, did you guys ever like just leave your cat catnip in limes? I've definitely done that. We're like, hey, buddy, have a good day. We'll just chop this up for you.
that would be the coolest hospice. It was like, I laid out your medication in line.
So, Percival Scratchworth, are you Are you like a human-sized cat, half man, half cat? Well,
Oh, yes,
describe yourself. I mean, like, is it a cat head on a human body?
I am a cat. I am a human-shaped cat man.
Like
I
a
am-
Khajiit from
Yes,
Skyrim?
yes. Khajiita's wares.
Are you wearing clothing?
I have a jerkin. And it.
Me too.
A jerkin what?
Oh, hold on a sec. We need to watch our backs in case this moon sugar smoking bastard steals all our stuff when we're asleep.
Whoa!
Look, I'm sorry.
These
These-
hurtful words coming from this Yeti right above me.
I'm just saying, you got to watch out for them and the Argonians.
So I'll say I'm about 5 feet tall. I'm a tall cat man. I am a calico boy.
I'm just
Hey,
imagining
do-
a big schnarf over
do
here.
you have regular knees or like the movie The Arrival knees?
Definitely
That's what we were talking
the
about.
arrival.
Are
It's
you
like a-
wearing boots?
No, that is a common misconception with cat knight adventurers. I have sandals.
May I see your butthole?
I thought you'd never ask.
He keeps sticking it in my face.
Honest-
I don't know why I'm trying
You
to go
want
to
some of
sleep.
this?
No. Just sit down,
little-
try to eat breakfast, let it happen.
The little jewel that hangs over his asshole like gleams in my eye. I'm like, oh god, I'm
Yeah, you want a fresh one?
Just a bigger, less masculine schnarf.
Yeah.
It was like staring into the sun.
All right.
Well, welcome to the Odd Company, Percival. You've made
yes.
us all the more odder.
Yes.
So the next move is yours if you want to travel. He knows the way.
Okay. I think we try Aaron's ridiculous idea and go to the library.
Guys, do you ever
All right.
feel like we're on a singular path that is
This
somebody is writing
is
for
going
us as
to
we go
be-
along?
How far away is the library? What part of town is it in? Is it in Red Point?
Oh, it's not. Oh, so this is the thing about the library. The library, it was attacked by an army of a kingdom that doesn't exist anymore. It happened a long time ago. The reason they attacked it is because they thought that the library was a secret haven for forbidden and dangerous knowledge. And as such, it was sort of out of the way. It wasn't in a town. It was its own thing, far away from any civilization. The librarians
A
fought.
place without Twitter.
On
Interesting.
a side note, I'm going to start calling Percival OG Reed more.
Percival.
I'm going to
But-
call him MC Skeet Cat.
But the
This is
the
his
librarians
pop singer familiar,
fought
Paula Abdul.
very valiantly, but they were slaughtered to a man, and it is said that their spirits haunt this place even now.
But the library, like the materials inside the library, may still be intact.
Yes.
Okay. Interesting.
That would be a shame if we got all there and there was nothing there for us.
Uh,
All right, well, let's go.
Heroic
Right.
librarians. Who could have thought of such a?
Oh, yeah.
Well,
What kind of game master would come up with an idea like that?
Honestly, when I hear the idea of a bunch of undead ghouls clinging to the past, I immediately think of Bob Evans.
Nicely done.
all right. So
Never go in the bathroom there.
So you make your way to the north and to the east. The rain, the weather does not let up. The people who live in the area in the Stormlands, they're used to it. So they make sure to pave their roads completely out of stone. Because if they don't, it just becomes a muddy, soggy mess.
I am miserable.
It is close to that now.
He's walking around and just lifting up his paws every second.
Do we have our caravan?
Oh yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're inside of it.
Yes,
like
I
a-
am.
I want to
So-
use the term gypsy caravan.
I got yelled at for calling it. Yeah.
Who'd you call a gypsy?
I didn't call anyone a gypsy. I just said, someone was like, oh, hey, it looks like, and I was like, oh, I spit on a gypsy, and to describe a curse, and then there was like, that is what Roma. The story's saying, I pretty much made a joke about spitting on a gypsy and getting cursed, and someone was like, that is offensive to the Roma people. And I've gymmed this story, so I'm gonna stop talking.
Cool.
Sorry.
The story.
Thanks, Yeti.
Oh,
Or Hooch.
Whatever.
Or finger number 3.
I need a cooperative, which means everybody roll this as best they can. I need a survival roll,
Oh, God.
and we're going to take the average.
That's leaning. You should re-roll.
Here, give him one of those dice trays, Aaron.
Yeah, here. Take a dice tray. All right,
Okay.
so you're averaging all these?
I will. Okay, I had a 14. Okay, give me. What'd you get, Aaron?
17.
Nice. What'd you get, Bri?
23.
Eric?
25.
9.
9.
Yeah. I got 0 in survival, and I rolled a 9.
I like your commitment to your character.
Yes. Well, I should not be surviving.
We got 17.6.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, round up.
No need.
Oh, okay. We're all dead.
A survival roll.
The curse
Okay.
continues.
Yes. Your caravan gets stuck, but it doesn't take long for you to get back on the right track.
Oh, okay.
It's basically the survival roll was basically to see how you get bogged in this thunderstorm, and as the water begins to rise and the world around you gets muddier and muddier, it was to see whether or not your progress was halted. But collectively, you rolled very well.
Oh, okay.
So well done.
By the way,
You got to rock the caravan back and forth.
do you,
while
do
you
you
would hit
guys
the-
remember getting a horse?
I know. I just heard that thing.
Yeah. Maybe
It's
you
just
guys,
Obi pulling us this entire time.
did it get stuck in the mud like in Never-Ending Story?
You guys had a horse. But you let the sadness of the podcast get to it.
Do you guys have a horse? Nay. Up top. Obi, you are obliged to high five me as you are my skeleton prisoner with job.
I would like to bone shake Obi so he does that thing where he looks like he's going to high five and then he just puts his hand through his imaginary hair.
No, Obi, quit turkey. Quit twerking.
Stop, this is
my
incredibly
God.
effective against me.
Volo Brenmeyer's gonna murder you.
You had my brother twerking.
All right, so we got ourselves unstuck.
Yes. It
We're
is
heading
about
northeast.
another day's journey or so. And you get to the point where it's about not quite dusk. And suddenly before you is this, to call it a library would be a bit of an understatement. It is this palace to books, or at least it was at one point, but it's surrounded by a crumbling wall. It is dilapidated, at least from where you can see. But you pull up to it, and there's this closed iron gate. And you have arrived.
All right, the iron gate's closed.
Yes.
Can we
Is it
try to
locked?
open it? Yeah, is it locked?
Does
It
have a
is
padlock?
locked.
Well, let's
I don't know, fellas. I think we should
Unlock
just
it?
turn back. It's locked. This is clearly a place we shouldn't be.
Hey, maybe you could shoot the lock open.
Oh, I don't have that skill yet. I pick it up. I didn't choose that.
I
one.
could
Mine.
hit it with my sword.
I mean, that is actually pretty reasonable.
Does anyone have disabled device? Probably not.
I have find traps. I could look for some traps.
Oh, I mean, I have a +2 in disabled device.
Yeah.
I have a +8 in it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you should do that then.
All right, I'll go for a disabling of the device here.
My legs! Oh, God.
I rolled a 10.
Total?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well done.
Oh.
Hey.
We're in.
I mean, it would have been more formidable, but the lock's a little old.
I'm a master of unlocking. Let me take this, boy, as he reaches out, and it just immediately crumbles in his hands. Like, but I hold it for like an extra minute, like. Well, you're lucky to have me around, boys. Otherwise, we'd be standing out here in the rain for even longer, and our cat friend would be highly agitated.
I clearly heard you make a noise with your mouth to go
That
click, click.
was not that was the sound of the rusty lock, Daddy.
I want to ask you, Percival Scratchword, what you think we have to do strategically here in this situation.
Well, I think we need to get the fuck out of this rain. So, into the cursed palace of books, I say.
Here.
Just directly. I don't want to look around at anything. I want to get in there and start scratching up some books because I don't like them.
I go back
check
into
that.
the carriage and to go grab my gear, and I look in, and Percival has fucking unrolled an entire ravel of fucking toilet paper. It's just all sitting on the ground in a pile.
I started a mess because you took
So
too
we
long
got through the
and I
main
got
front
bored.
gate,
Our
Yes.
perforated scroll!
and we're not in the building itself yet.
No, so you get through the gate. You're basically, there's a walkway on either side surrounded by lawn. Imagine if a moat were grass. It was sort of that setup.
Okay.
I want to detect magic and traps. May I, Odd Company, allow me to take a moment to
Raining
cast
very hard.
fine traps?
Do it.
I'm quite damp.
All right, so that's an active, thing, right?
Yeah. It lasts for like 9 rounds or something, or 9 minutes or something.
Yeah, I gain intuitive insight into the workings of traps. I gain an insight bonus equal to 1/2 my caster level maximum +10 on perception checks made to find traps. While the spell is in effect, I receive a check to notice traps within 10 feet of us, even if I'm not actively searching for them.
I feel-
Note here that find traps grants no ability to disable the traps that I may find.
We have a
You gotta
master
read the small
disabler
print
here.
on these spells. They seem like good spells, and then it gets to the bottom, and it's like, remember, this very rarely works, and if it does, it won't help you anyway.
I feel
Good
like
luck.
he over-explains
All right.
his spells at times.
Where are your figures? We're gonna need your
Oh, and the box
yeah.
behind me.
I'm Jar Jar
Uh-huh.
Binks.
So, as you're going along the walkway, you see on the lawn to the left and to the right of you old, dilapidated, old, decayed bodies where a battle have taken place. Some of them seem to have armor like they were soldiers. Others seem to have the robes of scholars with arrows poking out of the rib cage.
We could speak with dead.
Actually, wait. We could. I have to see how long it works on the dead.
I heard last episode the unveiling of Slee, Big Slee, and now I see him here in person. What a beautiful figurine he is indeed.
He was painted by my buddy Sean Lang of Black Mariah Studios.
And a fine job he did.
Black Mariah, you're on fire.
All right.
It actually doesn't have like a limit to how long someone can be dead to speak to them. I just, what would we ask them?
BlackMariahDesigns.com.
Oh, Black Mirror.
I mean, I guess we've already gotten the story from Pendrick.
Now, these are dead scholars. I'm sorry, I didn't have my...
Well,
Yeah,
it's-
it's-
some of them have armor on.
Hey,
Yes.
quickly, Holy John, ask him where the closest Checkers is. Here.
Is that an MC Rat Cat joke? Because I think I am the only person that will get that.
And
It
as
wasn't,
you,
but I just wanted to go to Checkers.
as
No,
you
God, I love checkers.
near closer and closer to the entrance, on either side of you, you start to hear a moaning.
What kind of moaning?
That's Is that what you guys think moaning sounds like?
That was Aaron Sunny.
Okay. All right, that's Jesus. We're gonna get an Edward R. Murrow award for hentai this year.
I
Mark
can't
my
wait
words.
to isolate that.
Okay.
Please stop.
So big
Oh God.
and have the many holes.
All right. Okay. We gotta.
You make a new hole.
Jesus Christ. Just
I'm gaping.
okay.
I
the
was
fuck?
worried there wasn't going to be enough hentai talk.
Good
We actually
lord.
have a shirt on our website that
Oh,
says Laugh Finder, hentai noise.
At this point, so
look at
as
this.
you
They've
were
reanimated.
making your way to the entrance, you hear moaning as the bodies of scholars and soldiers suddenly rise from their positions and stumble toward you. I'm sure to make friends.
Oh, great. It's undead nerds.
So listeners, there's 6 enemies, 3 on each side of us as we proceed down the walkway toward the cursed library. Odd Company, what's our tactical game here? Are we
It
going to
is
have...
time to roll initiative.
Why don't we try jogging away? Not even run, just jog.
All right, 15.
Oh, fuck yeah. I got 24.
11. I also got 24.
Nice.
10. Real good rolls here so far.
Percival Scratchworth will be standing back for
Yeah. Get the lay
a
of
few
the land.
turns.
What's the matter, Percival? Cat got your tongue? Oh. Is that racist? I didn't want to be insensitive.
What did Holy John get?
An 11.
All right.
Oh, Bobo the monkey is our 6th figure in the party. I got it. Okay. Now, is Pendrick with us still?
Yes, but
He's
Yes, he's hanging back. He is not of the warriors.
But he knows when them boys are coming up, and he has retreated to a safe distance.
All right, we appear to be flanked. Odd Company, 3 on each side. We got each.
All
I think
right.
we should turn back to
So-
back and each face off again.
So Arcane and Slee and Holy John was a 10, an 11,
11.
and Percival
10.
was 10. This is going to be Percival, and Wilhelm
15.
15. So
Listeners, Game Master Dorian is applying his magnetic cards to the magnet tracker on his custom trifold. Mad preparations are happening behind the trifold, to which none of the players are any the wiser.
all right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I always get a
All
little
right.
scared when it thunders like that.
So what is Arcane's dex?
Arcane's dexterity is a 14.
And what is Big Slee's dexterity?
Dexterity for me, that's a decent one, is going to be 22.
Okay, you go first.
Alrighty. I guess I'm going to go and attack this dude right here. And I'm going to use up close and deadly and attack twice. I'm going to spend 2 grit points to do said both attacks.
These
So-
enemies are close on either side, really only about 10 feet away on either side.
First attack, we're going to go wham, 18 plus 15, which is what, 30 something? Am I hitting with that?
33.
You are.
Okay, and then my second attack, we're hitting with 13. Are we hitting with the second one?
No.
Okay. So I hit with the first one, which means I'm only going to get to do this, which is up close and deadly is 2d6 plus my regular 1d8. Here we go.
Good zombie sounds, Ben.
We got 6, 7, 8, 9. What a. I did 9.
All right.
That's the exact sound I made when I dropped the camera.
As you ready your pistol, your pistol shot catches the zombie flush in its chest, and you see bits of decayed flesh splatter forward, and it doesn't even break its stride as it stumbles towards you.
He's not fazed by hard steel, boys. Let's run.
I tried to shoot him. I tried to shoot him dead.
And it is Arcane's turn.
Arcane is going to turn to the zombie in the back rear. Point to your left. Yeah, there. And Arcane's going to go, Obi, look, friends. And he'll put his hand out, and I'm going to cast Command Undead.
Okay.
Is he mindless or is he intelligent?
He's mindless.
Then mindless, he gets no saving throw against this spell. When I control mindless being, I can communicate only basic commands such as come here, go there, fight, stand still, and so on. Non-intelligent undead won't resist suicidal or obviously harmful orders. So basically, as long as you guys don't attack him, he's now my bitch.
Okay.
And I'm going to give him the... I'm going to give him the command, hey, hold your buddy for a round for me.
So is this something that he does on his turn, or?
I gave, it doesn't say, it just gave him the command. It doesn't say when it's his turn. But I mean, if I'm commanding him, then he would do it, right?
Well, there's advantages either way.
Yeah.
Because if he has to wait until his turn, then not only does he doing what you command, he's also wasting his turn.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
But if you want him to do it right now, he can, because then you could do that too. Like, it's up to you, I guess.
Yeah, I want him to grab the guy right next to him right now.
This guy?
Yeah.
All right. So he is going to make a grapple roll. Resisted grapple roll. Nope. All right. He is currently holding him.
Yeah!
He didn't roll high. The guy he rolled against rolled worse. All right.
And I'm gonna tell everybody else, don't attack those two.
They're making out.
Because now every round I'm just gonna command, because it lasts a day a level of spell. So I can make these 6 guys my bitches for 9 days. I'm gonna make them carry me like I'm Cersei. Don't worry, guys. Bone jobs for everybody later.
Next is this guy's turn, and he's definitely one of the soldiers. And he is gonna raise his broken greatsword, stumble up, and bring it down heavy on the top of Big Slee's head. What is your armor class?
That'd be 22.
22. Oh, he misses.
Woohoo!
Next is Wilhelm's turn.
Well, I'm debating here whether or not I want to do my 5th level spell, Flame Strike, or whether or not I want to go back and use a 3rd level spell, Screaming Flames. Now, the reason why I would do that is because Screaming Flames actually casts in a cone, so I could affect multiple enemies at once. If I were now, which ones have you preoccupied? These two
rear,
here.
The one back two.
These
Yeah,
two
yeah,
back here. Now these 3. This one's attacking. All right. You know what? I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna just, for insurance sake, I'm gonna launch Flame Strike on one of them. I'm gonna pick one. Which one? So one of these two haven't really gotten involved in anything yet, right?
Right.
Okay. Wilhelm Wardicus. You listeners, you'll remember Wilhelm Wardicus draws his power from being a drug warrior. Wilhelm Wardicus reaches into his cloak and pulls out a syringe full of the popular Florida drug known as crocodile.
The popular Florida drill.
All the kids are doing it.
He slaps his veins on his arm a couple times and shoots this crocodile.
Oh, it's better than when he did Jingham.
His eyes, his pupils begin to dilate at independent rates as he stares down his enemy. Holds out his hand and proceeds to evoke a vertical column of divine fire upon the enemy. A spell that will deal 1d6 points of damage per caster level, maximum 15d6. Half the damage is fire damage, but the other half results directly from divine power and is therefore not subject to being reduced by resistance to fire-based attacks.
All right. Does he get a save?
School, casting time, components, area, saving throw, reflex half. SR, yes.
Reflex. Flex. All right. With his reflex bonus in consideration, he rolls a 4.
Nice.
He needed a 17.
So he's going to take 9d6, or no, what? Is that right? Oh, that's fine traps. Flame strike. Yeah, 1d6 per caster level. 9d6. Here we go.
All right, hold
Tommy, are you ready with the calculator?
I am ready with the calculator.
All right, listeners, count along with us. See if you can beat the machine.
Oh, God.
5.
5
Plus 2.
2 plus
Plus 3.
3
Plus 1.
1 plus
Plus 2.
2
Plus 2.
2
Plus 4.
4
Plus 2. And my last roll, 2.
23.
Yeah.
23.
And which one were you burning?
This back guy on that far side.
Oh, he eats all of that.
Nice.
Boom.
Noise.
All right, it's Evil's turn.
He's still alive.
Who is this here?
Well, that's me.
Well, this zombie moves to pet this cat very hard.
No touchy.
Kitty. I hope he goes for your
Come get
stomach.
my
and you can
belly.
get it. Yeah.
It's perfectly safe.
You're only allowed to pet 3 times before I scratch the fuck out of you.
Oh, gosh. All right, roll to confirm.
Pet me plenty.
Oh, there's a
God.
critical on the horizon.
Yes. All right.
Here. Dorian's poker face, once again, concealing everything that's happening behind the trifold.
Don't worry. When he says yes, it means that he failed.
Now, I currently have 77 hit points, or am I at my full?
You should be at full.
Okay.
Yeah, you're at your full.
The way to get that off of there is to scratch it really hard with the cap of your pen.
I have a scratcher you can use.
There you go.
Here, bring out the game scratcher.
Oh, you don't want to see that. Oh no! Don't touch it! Don't touch it! Ah! Don't touch that! It's a toenail!
Oh, that's insane.
That's Tommy's. That's what he uses to scratch the marker off of his game map.
Yeah.
Is
All
that
right.
a dead toenail?
Yeah, my toenail fell off.
No, it's still growing.
He saved it.
All right.
I tried
This
to warn you.
zombie pets you very, very
I'm gonna
hard
smell it.
for 21 points of damage.
Why don't you taste it, Tommy?
It's my toenail. Oh, you don't chew your own toenail?
I physically can't.
That's how I get mine off.
I found a way. Life finds a way.
Tommy, I'm worried about you tonight.
I'm worried about me now, too.
What's the point, Aaron? Nothing means anything anymore.
A scholar attempts to attack you, but fails because he is currently grappled.
Yeah.
Next is Holy John's turn.
Oh, cool. All right. So that one gentleman that's fucked up. Quick question. All right. So the one
The
zombie.
two that have taken damage are this one from Big Slee and this one from Wilhelm.
Okay. And which one of them are scholars and which ones are soldiers? Of those.
This is a soldier. This is a scholar. These two are soldiers.
Okay. So only one of them is okay. And that one on the front with the great sword, he could not attack that one that I can't really see angles very well. Because that one in the front of that great sword. Oh wait, actually, you know what? Let me double check something here. First, I would like to do. I was gonna call it just a fucking judgment for destruction.
Okay.
And I was also gonna call one for protection. That one just raises my armor class. And then while we are doing all of that, now these are skeletons or of some sort. If only there was a spell that I had. Okay, so I can take an immediate action to either move up to its speed or make a single attack. Are any of those skeletons in attack range of each other?
Of each other?
Yes.
Yes. These two are.
Okay, those two are
and
great.
those two are.
Okay, those two are yours. Which one of those is a soldier and which are those all both scholars?
This is a scholar and this is a soldier.
On the other side, the non-fucked up ones.
Oh, this is a scholar here and this is a soldier.
I want to have that one soldier attack that scholar.
Okay.
With my bone-shaking magic.
Okay, so does he get a saving
Like a
throw?
Berkeley protest.
It is like a Berkeley. That was a good call. This is the most basic version of blah. Doesn't activate any special abilities. It would be Fortitude. Partial or negates. That's a no?
It's a fail.
Okay,
Nice.
cool. So, I guess that soldier's hitting that fucking, that's some Revenge of the Nerds shit.
Just shake your bones! Just shake your bones!
Okay, about that. He has to attack the other one?
Yes, he has to attack the other one.
Alright. It brings its crappy black sword.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's fine. Dorney can say.
It's,
That's our sword.
no, it's not your sword, Eric. It's our sword over here.
He raises his old rusted greatsword
That's
to
our
attack
sword.
his
Yes.
to attack his fellow zombie, and misses, and it flies out of his hand and sticks into the wall, not having done damage to anything, but now he is without a weapon.
Good. All right.
He rolled a 1 to hit.
Oh, all right.
Critical fail!
All I want to do is want a
Next
crit fail.
is Percival's turn.
Yeah, well, wait, is this a soldier or scholar that's fighting me?
It's a soldier.
That's a soldier.
That has no sword now, right?
Listeners,
Yeah.
you'll remember that our guest player is equipped with a custom great sword, right?
Yeah.
A sword which can sort of appear to the specifications of our guest player's
Yes,
design.
as you draw the blade,
must
the blade
describe
looks
this
like
sword.
whatever.
Behold, the first 18 inches of this blade is a scratching post. It's just like wound up twine, and then the remaining 2 feet, I guess, would be a very sharp blade, and the pommel has a steel mouse.
Love it.
Yeah, it's magnificent to behold.
All right, and roll to hit.
I sure will. Yeah. No petting. That's 33.
Oh,
Okay, so that hits for the first attack.
You almost got him.
But then you have a second attack.
Oh, well. Get ready. And so the second one's plus 11, so 30.
Okay. They both hit.
18 and 19. Yeah, that was pretty good.
nice swordsmanship, Percival.
So now you roll for damage.
And that's just 2d6 plus 2.
No, that's got to be.
That's
It's 2d6 plus 2 is your sword. But then,
the power attack.
yeah, then your power attack, you add your damage bonus.
is okay. 15 and 13.
So I got a. What do you got?
2 and 6, so 8 plus 2,
that's
so 10
Plus what?
plus 15.
So 25 for the first hit.
And my
Nice.
second hit, and that's 2d6 plus that.
Yep.
Damage. Okay, no, that's 2 and 6, so another 10 plus 13.
So 23. 25 and 23. 47.
Yeah, get fucked, buddy.
He crumbles to the ground, no longer
Knock him over.
alive.
Boom.
My friend.
Technicality, he was not alive before.
Yes, this is true. He's extra dead now.
Can I quickly just take a page from Wilhelm's book, and I want to just sniff some of my catnip that I have. Meow!
I like your style, Percival.
All right, next is Evil's turn. This guy comes up, and he will smack at Arcane. Ah! One moment.
No. My armor class is 19, if you were wondering. No.
Listeners, Game Master Dorian is consulting with his Game Mastering book.
Oh, I should have bookmarked it earlier. We had plenty of time. No. While we're doing that, I want to tell everybody, go to laughfinderpod.com where you'll find our episodes, you'll find our links to our YouTube page, and to our Teespring account and our Patreon, which there's lots of things coming up on the Patreon. We have the mushroom review of Avengers Endgame coming up, where we take mushroom tea, we see the movie, and then we give a review afterwards. It's going to be super fun.
Stop by our store because there's some new shirts always getting put up there. By the way, the leggings are there. Those are the Sphincter Club leggings. Special gift to the first person that buys them. Tommy doesn't think anybody's going to buy them.
No, because they're $45.
Oh, you know what? Mother's Day is right around the
I'm
corner.
not getting
yeah.
my mom, who has had problems with her rectum, leggings that say sphincter.
Whoever buys these for Tommy's mom for Mother's Day
mom
is
has
getting
colitis.
a special gift. And don't forget about
That
the
Dan Mencha, sorry.
Don't forget about the new shirt, the 4x4
Okay.
skin shirt. Okay,
Arcane
Don't
takes
sleep on it.
16 points of damage.
Poor Arcane.
Next is Big Slee. Oh,
Big
wait.
Slee, baby. All right, Big Slee is up.
Big Slee, you currently have a guy
Nobody else
on you.
Nobody else has done anything to this guy but me, right?
That is correct.
Well, you didn't do much to him.
Yeah, I didn't do a whole lot.
You might want to. Do you have any alternate attacks? other
Yeah,
than
I'm gonna
gun?
go. I'm gonna go and try to attack him twice, and one of them I'm gonna spend a grip point on to target specifically his head, which leaves him confused.
I would advise against something different because he's undead, and so damaging specific organs are of no use against an undead creature.
Well, in that case,
That's cryptic
well,
advice.
at least what I was reading about Confused is that you have to roll like 100-sided, and you got like 1 1/4 chance to actually, you might attack somebody
Well,
else.
his intelligence is nil, so
True that.
he can't be confused.
dumb as shit, yo.
Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna then do. I guess I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna attack twice, and one of them's gonna be up close and deadly, which I'll get an additional 2d6. Right.
Okay.
All right. So first attack, we are going with 12 and a 15 is going to be 27.
That's a hit.
27, and the second one 10 and 20.
That's also a hit.
Okay, tight.
Nice
So we'll do first attack. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
All these guys are dropping their GoPros.
I'll have to animate.
We're doing 18 between my 2 hits there.
18.
Yes.
You did 9. Okay, so knock him over.
Bucking off 2 shots.
Listeners, if you're counting along, that's 2 down, 4 to go.
That means I get to keep a grit point.
Next is Arcane.
Now, the one that just attacked me, is it a soldier or a scholar?
That one was a soldier.
And the one that's being held, is he a soldier or a scholar?
He is also a soldier.
Okay. I'm gonna do Command Undead on the soldier that just attacked me.
Okay.
And I'm going to say...
What level is that, by the way?
Second level spell.
Okay.
I'm going to tell him, hold him with him.
Okay.
Nice.
So, Arcane is forming like a zombie orgy over here.
Well, that way, now... and I'll be like, no one touch my guy. Because then when I get a free action, I can command the other one, then I can have 3. If I commanded those 2 to attack that one, then I'd only have 2.
Okay.
I'm collecting.
All right.
Wait, guys, I'm gonna give you such good faces. You're gonna look good as a new one. I'm gonna do an Italian accent, even though there's no Italy in this game.
I've always wanted a skull headdress by the end of this.
Yeah,
Think
what
it
do
could
you-
be up big.
Sure, I can get you.
Percival is being attacked
I
by
like
a
that you have a
scholar.
million faces.
Yeah,
I can't
bring
give
it.
up one.
I need all of these. I'm a
I don't know
hoarder.
how well this is going to go.
You saw what happened to your friend there.
What's your AC?
20.
He rolled really high, but not high enough.
Not
Because he's a
today.
scholar and not a soldier.
Yeah.
It
No
is Wilhelm's turn.
Last round, I dealt 23 hit points of damage to that scholar in the back on that side, and I believe it's time to finish the job. I'm going to launch upon him an old friend of mine from Season 2.
Ooh,
A spell I
nanobots?
like to call Screaming Flames.
Oh.
Yeah! I'm going to launch a sheer wall of flame, which is going to appear and rush away from me, and tendrils of fire will reach out of it, shaped into skulls.
Oh my God! Look at those
screaming in
tendrils.
agony.
Fuck.
When the wall passes
trippy as
through
shit.
a creature's
I like
space,
that. Oh my God!
that
Tendrils.
creature must succeed at a reflex save
that
or take
fire?
1d6 points of damage for every 2 caster levels I have. Maximum 5d6. Any creature taking fire damage must also succeed at a will save
Go on.
or take 1d3 points of wisdom damage doesn't apply.
Did you get all that skeleton?
You get the point.
Got him.
I reach
Well-
in. Yeah, go ahead.
He already failed his reflex save.
Yeah.
While you were doing that, he already burst into flames.
The combat,
He was like, I'm just going to burn myself. I don't.
combat's over, man. We're already in the fucking book place.
It's like that scene
Come in
from
from out of the rain.
I take my eyedropper of LSD and put it into my
That
eyeballs.
lasts longer than 6 seconds, buddy.
Stare down this enemy, hold my hands out, and a wall of flames. Yeah, there it is.
Drugs are bad.
Eat that, zombie scholar. That's what I like to call the screaming flames, motherfucker.
Roll damage.
He's gonna spend the next 14 hours doing a perception check on a tapestry.
What did I say it was? 5? No, 1d8 for every 2 caster levels.
Oh, okay.
So that's 4 times 8.
I got
4
20.
d8s. Here we
Alright.
go. Where's my d8s? Here. Nope. Nope. That's a 12. Here. Confirmation that I'm holding a d8.
Yup.
That is a D8.
All right, I've got 2 of them here. 4 d8s. Here comes the first 2. 6 plus 7
Plus 7.
plus 7 plus 8.
Plus 8.
Burn in hell.
That is so
20.
long.
28 damage at Ozfest.
All right. He is deader than he was.
Thank you.
All right. Do we want to resume this next time?
Well, hold on. Everybody, Arcane's gonna be like, wait.
Yes, Arcane.
Okay, everybody, calm your tits.
quickly make them flash dance. For
All right,
us
and
now.
I'll be like, hey, buddy, hold. And I tell all up. I'm gonna cast it on the second guy, and I'll be
Okay.
like, you're my friends now.
Listeners, we have killed 3 zombies and made special friends out of the other 3
They're fuck buddies.
on the front lawn of the Cursed Library.
Here, let me get your dick right here.
Will those 3 zombies remain friends, or will they have a falling out?
You're a big
And 2 of them team up on the other one. Will they start to say mean stuff about each other behind their backs?
Oh, yeah, it's all over.
There's only one way to find out.
Get a rag.
Stay tuned for the next exciting episode of Laugh
Jesus.
All right, guys, this episode, when's this episode come out? Anybody know?
I think
no
the
idea.
30th, right? I think this one
2
comes
weeks
out
from
the 30th.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
2 weeks
that's
from now.
the
It comes out.
30th.
This is the 30th of April.
We're recording today with Danielle Robinette.
Oh.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah,
with
we're getting the whole...
Danny Robs.
Yeah, she's been on before. It's probably one of our most downloaded episodes.
Yeah.
She was super cool. And so today, what do we got? We've already burned through...
All our busy murder mystery month is over.
But we
so-
have a bunch of stuff coming up in May.
Yeah, we got some shit coming up in May. We're going to be at Magoobies on the 25th. Bunch of fun.
Well, we're going to be
shows.
here on the 24th doing stand. We're gonna. Me, Justin, and you, Justin, and I are doing
am I on
stand
that
up.
show?
Yeah, you're hosting. I'm featuring, and Justin's
I don't think
headlining.
I don't know if I got that message. It's not on my calendar.
Well, we'll double check. I'm pretty sure it's us.
I
And
think
then-
you just invited me to a show I'm not a part of, but
Well-
that's fine.
Well, I'm telling
I'm
you,
cool with it.
But guys, actually, the weekend before then, Tim Meadows is performing here at Magoobies, and I've worked with him before, and I don't want, but I think we have a connection. I'm going to ask him if he would like to come and be a guest. If he'll record with us on Laugh Finder.
Yeah, tweet at
Tim
him.
Meadows.
Hey, tweet at
Oh,
Tim
yeah.
Meadows. Go on Laugh Finder.
Yeah, and I'll ask him. So if you guys hear coming up a Tim Meadows episode, I did it just like with Brian Posehn.
How cool would that be?
That was so cool.
I can tell you all things Eric Comedy. You can find it at ericcomedy.com. And you can also listen to our sister show, the Quality Time Podcast. Tommy Sambazos is going to be featured on it very soon. Brian Preston, if you like
Just
the
did
movie
Heat.
his
the two-parter?
episode is about 2 weeks back from when we're listening to this now. Great two-parter we went through. My brother fucking hated it.
Yeah, he really
We
hates
had
that movie.
We had a great time.
Oh, yeah, a lot
though.
of fun.
We had a
He
great
hated the
time.
movie, or he hated Brian?
All of it. Everything.
Every part of Heat he hated.
He just, God, have you ever seen, it's just smoke and just dead skin just coming out of his ears.
Yeah, my brother is a disgusting monster.
Yeah.
But you check all that shit out at ericcomedy.com, and make sure you check out the Laugh Finder store and buy some T-shirts. If you do buy one of our T-shirts and you leave a message in the comments in the special section for ordering, we will personally give you a call.
Yeah,
so if you
you're
buy
gonna
one
get a
of
number
these
that
nice,
says unknown number, and you're not going to answer.
well, we'll leave you a message. I'll leave you a
Okay.
very fun voice message if you decide not to answer. But if you do order a T-shirt from the store, I will give you a call.
Yeah, Eric will call you incessantly, nonstop.
I won't stop calling until you
Block his
answer.
number.
Do you
No.
understand
Really?
me?
And by the way, listeners, Eric is calling each of you, and the number comes up as scam likely.
Yes, 100%.
He is going to say that, frankly, some Nigerians have kidnapped a loved one.
You will give me your social security card when I call.
Shit, you know what? As always, you can check out Driven to Succeed and Meanwhile the Skull Base on the internet. I do have some shows. I'm here one weekend, but I was kind of drunk when Andrew gave me the weekend, so I'm not sure. It's some weekend this month in May.
Oh.
And you can catch me at the Charm City Comedy Festival. I'm headlining the Friday 10 p.m. So people are going to drive from states away to have me close out a show at a
Fuck
bar
yeah.
at 10 p.m. on a Friday.
I don't like how Brian downplays himself. He's clearly, first of all, his motto: "Sell more shirts." He's recognized outside
Yeah.
of my own recording that I had.
Yeah.
And then Brian's
Yeah.
a big fucking deal.
Yeah, you got to
Yes.
advocate for yourself.
I
Man.
know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's part of
I mean, hey, if listeners, if you do come to the show that Brian is at, which he'll tell me, and I'll put it up, I'll animate it too.
Don't animate
But
it.
I'll put it up over you
Okay.
so that people know when the date is.
Okay.
Come wearing your favorite Brian shirt, whether
Yeah.
it's a Laugh Finder, I hate you guys, or wear his I rolled a nat 20, oh wow, or the new 4x foreskin shirt.
Yeah, actually, no. I
Yeah,
like
the
to
new
think-
4x4
At this point, I
skin
think my
shirt is
foreskin's
hot.
the 7th cast member.
Should get its own attack rolls.
Because that's Phil. You're sitting where my foreskin goes.
That's what that was.
Phil, you got anything?
Yeah. Snake Feast has a show on May 4th. It's a big festival actually called the Baltimore Mixtape. I forgot what venue that is, but you can find it by looking that up. Also, please go check out tokenterrors.com.
Oh, yeah, do that.
Look out for our Kickstarter coming up soon. Also, we're on all the social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or I guess, that's all the ones that count. And also, Whose Role Is It Anyway on the Thundergrunt network will be coming out as well. So please like and follow those things.
Support our guest shit now.
Yeah, I do some things, and they're cool.
Dorian, you got anything?
When does this come out?
April 30th.
April 30th. Let's see.
We've just been through. We're on the other side of Endgame now.
No.
Dorian's
yeah.
getting his second
Man, that was
Netflix
good.
special by now.
What if we're like, man, Endgame was horrible?
No.
Yeah, what if it's the
Really?
worst movie?
It was weird when they were like, they're like, oh no, he's actually the Grimace from this McDonald's ad.
I have some things before then, but I will be in April. May is after April, right?
Mhm, that's the way that works.
Usually.
Okay.
Thanks, Caesar.
I will have more specifics, but I will be at Joe Squared Pizza
Nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's a good show.
Con, and that will be in mid-May.
Okay.
And that's what I have for now.
What about you, Ben? You got anything? Nope. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening and watching, and we'll see you next week.